Good afternoon, everyone. This is John Rollins with the Engaged Youth Forum, and we are excited to be here with you all on today. I know that for the last several weeks, we have not been posting our videos, but we've still been engaged with our youth, and we've been having some very interesting topics, and we intend to release those very soon. We just have to make sure that we do things the right way. But this is the Engaged Youth Forum, issues facing the youth with answers from the youth. And I'm so excited today that we have some new people who are joining with us for these sessions. Our interest is growing, our topics are growing, and that means that we're getting a wider variety of responses and perspectives that we want to share with you and the youth in your circle. All right, and I want to remind you all that this is the Engaged Youth Forum. This is a personal blog. What this is a set of issues that we deal with in our society, and we have some young people who are giving their thoughts on ways that we could respond. Okay? As you all know, that often when we have adults who are always trying to tell the young people what to do, but very seldom do we get a chance to actually listen to them. We ask them for their input, and that is the purpose of this forum, to provide them with an opportunity to share their thoughts on things that they're doing and to make recommendations or suggestions to their peers. Remember, we don't give advice. We're not telling you what to do. We're just sharing with you what we think that we would do, some suggestions or ideas that we've tried. If you decide to try that doesn't work for you, we take no responsibility. We're not liable for any damages that may occur as a result. So we're so excited. We're going to ask them to introduce themselves to you, and then we're going to talk about our topic for today.
Hi, I'm Carmen. I am a senior.
Hi, Carmen. Welcome to the Engaged Youth Forum. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited.
My name's Caleb, and I'll be a freshman next year.
Very good. Congratulations, Caleb, on your graduation from middle school to high school. You are positioned for some great things, from what I understand, and so we're very proud of you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rakaya. I'm going to the 10th grade. I live in North Carolina, but in Florida visiting.
Very good. Well, welcome, Rakaya. It is a pleasure to have you with us for the Engaged Youth Forum.
Hi, I'm Tony, and I'm going to the 8th grade.
Tony, how are you today?
Good.
Very good. Well, again, this is the Engaged Youth Forum, and our topic for this particular session, as you all are aware, because of the coronavirus, because of COVID-19, the schools shut down in March. So that means that our students have been without, and I'll use the term in quotes, formal education for almost 4 months now. And of course, many of them were doing online learning, and we had homeschooling. Many of the parents and aunties and grandmamas and everybody was trying to learn how to become a teacher all of a sudden, dealing with, I don't know what those, I had trouble doing numbers. Now you gave me letters too. I don't know what to do with these letters. But anyway, so now what we were asking our youth this week is, what are you going to be doing? Because you've been away from the formal educational process for quite some time, and now you're going on the summer break. What are you doing to make sure that you keep your mind sharp so that when you get ready for the next school year, that you will not have lost any ground?
Well, as a high school student, we have our registration forms where we register for our future classes we would like to take for next year. So for me, I tend to think about that. I tend to think about what all would be required for those future classes. I watch YouTube videos. I look up what's all required in the class on Google. I look at the website. I even email my future teachers and see what they ask of me. But don't overwhelm yourself to the point it's like you're not enjoying your summer, because obviously we don't want that to happen. So right. For me, I would just say to just tend to think futurely about your classes. Think about what you want to accomplish in that class and how you want to pass that class.
Very good. I love that. Thank you. Caleb, what are your plans? I mean, you're going now from high school to, I mean, from middle school to high school. So, what are you doing to make sure that you're prepared when you get back?
I already know the classes that I'm gonna take, so I've been looking at some of the stuff that I have to learn, and every now and then I'll review some of the stuff that I've already learned this year.
Very good. Very good. So not only you're looking forward, but you're also taking some time to go back and review some of the things that you've already learned. Very good. So, Rakaya, what do you think?
For me, I'm still studying online, especially since I'm taking like medical for being nurse. I'm still learning over the summer, still taking classes.
Okay. All right. So you did not get that break. You're still engaged in your learning. Even so, how much time are you required to invest over the summer?
I personally told my teachers that I would like to graduate early. So they, instead of when school start, I take so many classes. Instead, they're gonna have me take some every summer until 12th grade. So when I get to 12th grade or 11th grade, I'll already be done with it. So they pace myself so I don't overwhelm myself, stuff like that.
Very nice. Very good. Tony,
Um, I'll just like read books daily and like do like some math problems so that I'm not like um confused next school year on like what we're gonna do for math. Because my mom said that she's gonna start making me do some eighth grade math problems, so I don't really have a choice to not learn over the summer.
so mom is saying, okay, we're going to make sure we partner together to make sure that you don't lose any ground. So, and both of you, many of you said something that I find pretty interesting because there are two sides of this. One is that you spend so much time learning that you don't get a chance to enjoy the break. But the other is to make sure that your mind doesn't become mud or putty. So how do you balance between staying committed to your learning, but at the same time enjoy spending your life as a young person, a teenager? Tony, what steps do you take?
Um, like I find a way to like put learning into like hobbies that I like to do. Because my school they're gonna let me choose my elective next year, and I wanted to choose art. So like I'll draw so I can get better at it, and like I play like reading games so that I can like keep my brain cells working, but not like get bored.
Very good, very good. Micaiah, what about you?
For me, my teachers, like I said, balance mine to where I still have my summer, but I'm also learning. So I'll have like one or two assignments a week, and they'll check up on me, see how I'm doing with that, or if that's too much. But they always make sure I'm balanced to where I still have my summer and I'm still learning.
Very good, very good. Caleb? I know, Caleb, I'm going to ask you a little bit different question because I know that you're very heavy into athletics, and I don't know the other individuals. I don't know their background. But how are you balancing getting ready for the season, enjoying your summer, and still keeping your mind sharp?
Well, I've been doing conditioning for football, and right now I'm doing AAU basketball. So we've kind of already started a long time ago. So like every day I'll have practice for that, and maybe sometimes at night I will review what I have to do for school.
Very good, very good. Carmen?
Well, I honestly think that I feel like you should always take time out for yourself. Like, don't take everything so seriously in life because I mean you only live once. So I mean, that's what all I would say. I would just say just don't take everything in life seriously. Take time out to spend time with your friends. Even if you just wanna, even if you're not even hanging with your friends, just read a book or just chill by yourself and have a little me time.
Okay,
That's
very
as
nice.
I said. It's like
Very nice. All right, one more question, and then we'll wrap it up for today. And Carmen, your response is actually the segue for going to this next question. Uh, I would imagine that all of you all are friendly. I mean, you have the disposition that will seem that you're engaging with others, that you're someone that people love to be around. If you have a friend who may or may not view their education or their goals the same way that you do, what input or what suggestions would you offer to them to try to keep them motivated, keep them inspired, so that not only do you do well, but you kind of encourage them to make the most out of their time as well? Carmen?
Well, I always try to remind them, hey, like college, like we need a job, like you need a career, and like I just that's all. Like I like remind them of that, like, hey, don't you want to do this and that? I know you told me this. I know you told me that. I was like, okay, so let's work towards that. I try to just encourage them based on what they tell me. Like, you know, with my friend, she told me she wants to be a midwife, and I'm like, okay, let's do that, but let's not get lazy. Let's continue to work on it.
Very good. So what I interpret from that is you all have exchanged, you've had discussions about your goals, about your aspirations, and you're trying to keep each other accountable. Kayla, what would you do? What would you offer to a peer who may or may not have the same level of dedication or commitment to their goals?
Well, a lot of my friends, they play sports, and most of them are looking to go pro. So sometimes I'll tell them, like, we got to do our school, because if you don't do your schoolwork, you're not going to go to college. You got to have good grades to go to a good college.
That should be inspiration. There are requirements, and if you don't meet those requirements, then you don't get the outcomes, the results for it. So, Rakaya, what would you say?
Well, a lot of my friends know that I play sports. I play basketball. I'm also trying to go to college for nursing and kind of graduate early. And I always tell them don't just stick to one thing when you're trying to go to college. Because I know a lot of my friends are trying to go to college. You used to always have like a backup plan just in case that don't work. Like if basketball don't work, I know nursing don't work. I know I have basketball. So it's more, I feel like they should always have more options for themselves and not sticking to one, but also being able to split their time into each one of them.
I love that. Keep your options. Have more than one option. Tony?
Um, One of the ways like I would help remind my friends of like that grades are important, like because lots of my friends they play sports too, like track. Like my one friend, she was like slacking on her grades and she kept asking for answers on my homework, and I was like, if I give you my answers, how are you gonna pass the test, and how are you gonna be able to like go to the next track meet? Because you know your coach said you don't have good grades, you can't be on the team. So like you gotta keep up with those if you want to be able to run. She was like, okay, so like she picked up her grades and all. I'm like, also like if you want to have a really good job, like you need to have some skill in like education, like you want to be an engineer or like a nurse or like something super smart. Like you have to, get a good education.
Everything that you all have said is so true. Uh, Keep your options open. Stay balanced. Keep your mind on the big picture. So these are great recommendations, suggestions from you all. This is the Engaged Youth Forum, everyone. Remember, these are issues facing the youth with answers from the youth. And you will hear from the responses that, again, and I say this all the time with regards to our young people, that they, even though they may be labeled as out of touch or clueless or not engaged, you can see from the responses that they are thoughtful, they are insightful, and that they really do bring value to our society. So we are very excited about this time. And now, Carmen, you probably didn't know that we do this. I know that Tony and Caleb know, and Rakaya, you may remember from last week. Okay, but if you all would all unmute, and one of the things that we do every time that we finish the Engaged Youth Forum is if you are a listener and no one has come to you today to affirm you, to remind you of your grace, to tell you just how valuable you are, we would love the opportunity to remind you that not only today, but tomorrow and forever. 1, 2, 3.
You are
You are
important.
important. This is the Engaged Youth Forum, everyone. You all be blessed, and we'll see you all next week.